look at our Suzuki main event starting grid. Reed is there, Carmichael, Vittleman, Ferry, Short has a great position. Nick Way's in there, as is Larry Ward, Ryan Clark, Ezra Lusk, and Heath Voss. Ernesto Fonseca, glad to see him make it in there. Clark Stiles had a good run, as we pointed out. Greg Schnell, Marco Dubé, Pavolny, and Joe Aloff coming out of the LCQ.
Most privateers, I didn't sit there and add it all up, but I would imagine tonight, with the absence of quite a few of the top factory stars with injuries, the most privateers in the main event so far in this series. Chad Reed, final little adjustments. He really came up big in his heat race. He kind of cruised through practice yesterday, cruised through practice today, didn't set the world on fire, but when it counts, Chad Reed is pretty impressive.
Well, the temperature outside is below 20 degrees. Inside it's 65 degrees. And they are going to heat it up for the near 50,000 people here in the Metrodome. The 30 board is sideways. Who will get the SXGP.com hole shot? And we are off and running in Minneapolis. Oh, Ezra Lusk. Welcome to the world of SXGP.com. Cash, we got a pile up in the back.
Oh, Ezra needed a start, and he got it. Look at the state. Larry Ward. Let's take a look at Fonseca having trouble. The rider's already going by the other way, but Ezra Lusk with commanding lead already. Look at this. He's all by himself.
We've seen this before. We saw this in the 125 East. A lot of riders going there too hot, and it's just a pileup.
It was Heath Voss going end over end right there, and everybody gets stuck in there. But Ezra Lusk has a great lead. The bad news is Carmichael got a great start. He got around Larry Ward just a moment ago, and he's in second. And Ezra probably much rather have Carmichael stuck at about 10th right now. He could relax just a bit more. Ricky is so good at getting up in there and challenging early in the race and put the pressure on.
Tim Ferry block passes on Larry Ward. He gets by him, and here comes Chad Reed trying to double his way into third, and he does so.
Beautiful, beautiful. Chad Reed just ran the very top of that berm like the surfer riding the very top of a wave, flirting with that loose dirt up there by the tough blocks, got away with it into third. And what he's trying to do is match what Carmichael does. Same thing Carmichael tried to do last week when Reed was checking out. Reed understands, hey, Carmichael is dangerous, can't let him get away. He's only 4 points behind him in the championship, and he's got to stay close.
Chad Reed must have watched a lot of movies in Australia, because he certainly knows who Fred Astaire is as he dances his way through that whoop section with no problem whatsoever. Ricky Carmichael now trying to close in on Ezra Lusk. Gets a great run through that whoop section, and it's Chad Reed answering. So Minneapolis, you may get what the rest of America has wanted to see, a three-way battle between these men. The factories are represented, Kawasaki, Honda, and Yamaha, and Chad Reed is just gassing it all the way, trying to close in on Carmichael, who's trying to do the same thing to Ezra Lusk.
They're all closing in. Ezra riding a beautiful race. He needed a breakthrough like this. Kawasaki was a bit on his case this week, going, come on, Ezra, 10th? How do you win races and then go and get 10th and not have a problem? So Ezra, he understands, hey, he's a factory rider, he's getting paid a lot of money, he needs to tighten it up. He won his semi, got into the main, got a great start, but he's got company. Chad Reed has closed the gap on Ricky, and they both closed on Ezra. What a race.
20 riders going 20 laps. This should be good. Ezra Lusk, your leader here in Minneapolis, and here comes Chad Reed. Ricky has a bit of a mistake, and Reed closes him.
Oh, we're going to see some fireworks now. Chad Reed is not afraid of Ricky, going, here, take this. Just a little bump. And you know, if anybody was wondering if Reed has something for Ricky, check it out. The answer is yes.
Clean racing. Don't want to say anything about Chad, but I think you're right.
He's bordering on doing some dirty stuff there, bordering, but I think Ricky would have done the same thing.
But psychologically,
look at this.
Unbelievable. Chad Reed getting a great run through there. Ezra Lusk, can he hold off Chad Reed? As they come through one more time. And I don't know who this benefits more, Ricky Carmichael or Ezra Lusk, because Chad Reed is sandwiched right now. Can't find a way around Lusk, so he's having to slow up just a little bit. And Ricky Carmichael now starting to close the gap. Lusk having problems in the whoop section, and Chad Reed gets by him.
Beautiful. Oh, I don't believe what I saw. Chad Reed went to that whoop section, just stopped on a dime, just rode the nose into that rut, and was able to hang on. Now Carmichael's got to be going, oh my goodness, what is going on? And he makes a little mistake right there. I think Ricky is just You can't believe it. Oh, Chad goes down.
Chad Reed goes down hard.
That's the move I was talking about for the lead, but he just went down at the entrance of that whoop section. Now Ricky's going, okay, been there, done that. I was trying to keep the pace last week, and I went down pushing too hard. So
for a second there, I thought we were going to have a deja vu of Bank One Ballpark, Phoenix, Arizona, when Chad Reed and Ezra Lusk had a great battle. And there it is. We talked about that in the LCQ, how slippery that corner is.
Pushing a little bit too hard. Hey, but you know what? Chad is not so far back. Look at this. He's going to come into that corner at the top of the screen. Villeman works his way into fifth. He got shuffled back in the start. He's behind Nick Way. He's having another fabulous ride.
And David Villeman, for my money, is the best of the whoops tonight. He has just looked flawless through there.
Yeah, the start didn't help. Look at Ricky. Here he goes.
So Carmichael now getting the job done on Ezra Lusk. Gets a good run. Lusk trying to come back and answer. Will not be able to get it done here as Carmichael has the inside line. So Ricky Carmichael now moves into the lead. We have had 3 lead changes thus far, and I don't think we're done with this quite yet, David.
And Villeman is now in third. Chad Reed went down again. Carmichael gets in there, puts the pressure on Lusk, and he just rides the very top of that berm. Kind of clips that last little bump right there. Ricky stays a few feet lower over the triple. Ezra knew it, had to lay up right there. Now Ricky's where he expects to be, but it's not over yet. These guys are pushing hard. A lot of riders making mistakes. Chad went down again. And Villeman, who was, I thought he was out of it. He was so far back, but he is, like you just said, he's making up all his time in the whoops, all the way up to third already. And his last lap was faster than Carmichael's and Lusk's. There's David.
Reed has dropped to 11th, and we've talked about him battling a little bit of a pole. He just picked up another spot, so he's in the top 10, but 2-3 falls in this is not going to help. Let's go back down to Cameron, who's with Dave Dye. That's Chad Reed's mechanic. Dave can't be happy with his guy going down twice.
Dave, what happened with Chad? I went down twice so far. Other than that, we're doing all right. What's going on? Is something mental? No, I don't think. Just, you know, bad luck. Bad luck, it's racing. Bad luck, it's racing.
When we return to Minneapolis, we'll have more of the 250 main right here on ESPN.